Advanced Communicator Bronze, Advanced Leader Silver with a big perk. Please welcome Chris Bond.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Yes, even being in 4 clubs might make you drowsy too, wouldn't it? And after going through all those 4 clubs, I'm a little bit drowsy. I see lots of great stuff. I love Toastmasters. And I see good stuff, but I also see all the bad stuff. Now, why did you come? Why did you join Next Step? Did you good feedback? Did you want to take your game to the next level? Or did you just want to escape all those annoying habits that beginners do? Well, I'm here to kind of get some things off my chest a little bit, because even though I love seeing everything I have in my 4 clubs, what happens to all those bad habits that I have to contain when I evaluate them? And I'm glad that we did a session today on leadership, because I was thinking maybe we can form a leadership team to take care of these bad habits that our speakers do, and yet we don't have an answer for them, like an awe counter, like a timer, like a grammarian. Let me first start off with, when a speaker comes up here, one thing that they kind of annoy me with, and oh, wait, by the way, if this is your first day in the USA, the pet peeves mean that things that annoy me, or they're kind of personal to you, and they might be kind of annoying to other people. So I want to see how much of these things relate to you guys. But again, sometimes when new speakers come up, they annoy me before they even get up there. It's because their speech title is a little odd. Now you see on this agenda, the speech titles here all fit very nicely, right? There's 6 words or less. Because when you're Toastmaster, you don't get any speech titles until the last minute, right? And you have to put this agenda together. You want to give people as much time as they have to put it all together, and you've got all the format correctly with just question mark, question mark, question mark. What is their speech title? Well, it couldn't be more than 6 words. Well, when they get up here, their speech title is announced, or when they're on the phone with you. And what if you got something that said, I wish I could tell you, but you wouldn't be interested in that? Okay, I got that as a speech title once as Toastmaster, and I was thinking, well, I am interested in your speech title. What is it? And he said, no, that's what it is. Well, what is it? Oh, I wish I can tell you, but you wouldn't be interested in that. Okay, and because I have to contain myself saying, Richard, how am I supposed to put that on an agenda? No, I mean, Richard, well, thank you very much for your speech. I'll figure it out. I gotta find an outlet to deal with this in the end. And then you end up changing it on the agenda. Okay, well, it's another line, it's another line. You gotta shrink the font from 12 to 9 to 8 to 7. How do you deal with that, right? Now, what if you got something that's called a short but unbelievably intriguing tale of how destiny unexpectedly showed her true colors against the backdrop of pure white snow on a Colorado mountaintop while all other conditions remain normal? As a speech title. That's the problem. There's no limit to our words in our speech titles. We need to find maybe a leadership team or some way to limit this to not drive the Toastmaster crazy. Now, of course, when they get up here and they finally get into their speech, what do they usually do? What do they often do? Do you find someone that is nervous and says, well, I'm nervous. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I put a lot of time into this speech. I really just couldn't quite figure out what to do with it, but I'm just going to talk it out in front of you before I actually give you any new information and disclaim everything and throw away all my credibility before I actually give you something quite intellectual. It's these disclaimer intros that really throw me off. Okay? It's like the disclaimer is not very, very small on the bottom of the page or anything. No, it's in big, big letters and words right in front of you when you're making your first impression of this speaker in the first 30 seconds. If people just threw all that out, if we had some sort of disclaimer police team, and every time they come here and someone's get into it, we have like a buzzer, just get into it, get to the point. Maybe we'd all save ourselves some time and the speaker's credibility before the speaker throws it away themselves. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So when they finally get into the speech, finally trying to tell you something new about themselves, one thing that I have seen so often, but I've never seen done well yet, is, do you ever get annoyed when they make you close your eyes? So they come up here and say, all right, everyone, I'm not going to tell you anything, but close your eyes. And imagine yourself in a light, light cloud. And you're in a happy place, and everything is bliss and this, and no worries and everything. I got this kind of speech from a massage therapist. So I guess it works in her industry, right? But it doesn't work when you're up here. Because if I am forced to close my eyes and think of something very nice and floaty, my jaw drops. But when my jaw drops when my eyes are closed, that's not a good sign. Now, if you're going to make people close their eyes, you got to do it really well, don't you? If you can't, then don't make them close your eyes. If you want to paint some pictures in people's minds, if you're really that good at it, you might be able to do that while their eyes are open. What a concept! Because if you have this picture, they're not necessarily looking at you the whole time. You're painting this picture in their minds, and they are on you, with you all the way, still using their imagination. And they get to look at you and you don't take credibility away from yourself. I say, all right, everyone close your eyes. I don't want you to look at me because I'm nervous. Nervous. Okay, you got it, the picture now? You got it? And then you got to wake them up. Never get back. Now, when they're through with all that, they've made you close your eyes, and they've disclaimed themselves, and they have this really long speech title, they tend to go on and on and on and on. And this pet peeve of mine is a little bit more on the club level, because the club, by letting them go on and on and on and on, actually condones this activity. Have you ever been to a meeting where there's a speaker that was said to give them 5 to 7 minutes, and they have taken 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 minutes? And at the end of the meeting, the timer comes up and says, well, what's your time? What's my time? Oh, you're 19 minutes, so just make sure you speed up next time. There's no penalty, right? And what if those people actually win Best Speaker of the Night? It's not even fair because they had 19 minutes to dazzle you, right? If you had someone who just had a buzz or some sort of penalty or something to stop the people from going so much overtime, it saves everyone's time, and it would teach them the right thing, even if it's by punishment. But it's actually doing everyone a service, including the speaker. Along that note, when the timer comes up and gives his report in minutes and seconds, Jim was 1 minute and 53 seconds. Jennifer was 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Sharon was 3 minutes and 23 seconds. It's kind of a little much, isn't it? I used to run track, see, so I actually liked how we got very efficient with time. And even in the timer's note, if you just speed it up, you say Jim, 113, Sharon, 113, Jennifer, 223. It speeds it up and it gives you just enough time to get that tip in there in case you need to give a new person a way to tip and add on instead of going overtime just to say 1 minute 53 seconds, 1 minute 33, 2 minutes 33 seconds. Just say 2:15, 1:15, 1:15, 53. You see the efficiency there? It makes a difference. And I won't even get into whitewash evaluations, because I am on the yellow light here. I want to practice what I preach. But that's why I come to Next Step, because we don't get whitewash evaluations, as you'll see later on when Jennifer comes up here. When in a contest even, when then someone is given a good evaluation, they have me on the edge of the seat, and they give me nothing at all to grow on, I fall over because I'm disappointed that there's nothing for me to chew on because I'm a speech geek. That's what I mean. So fellow Toastmasters, please find a way to get rid of these pet peeves so that they don't make it into a speech of mine or into another role that's necessary in any meeting. Mr. Toastmaster.